Hey everybody, Doug here. Welcome back to yet another board game channel and yet another round of Eldritch Horror. We are trying to take on Ithaqua, the Windwalker. We're trying to get provisions into the far north for our first mystery. We're going to get that at least halfway done this turn. Our big problem right now is actually one given to us by our prelude. Everybody got a clue, but everybody also got a horrible corruption. And I think that is going to probably, well, we've got a 2 in 3 chance that that's going to first do something at the end of this turn. Right, before we get into it properly, not so much a mistake last episode as just an oversight. David Coe pointed out that if you don't buy anything from the reserve during an acquire assets action, you can get rid of one. You can lose one thing from the reserve and replace it, which would probably be a good thing to do right now, because we want stuff for Preston, and there's a couple of services there, and we want allies for Leo Anderson, and there are no allies, so have to remember to keep that in mind for future attempts, some of which we'll do this turn. Yeah, we'll just get right into it. So we are again going to start with Preston Fairmont, leaving Leo for last in case we manage to get some allies appearing in the reserve. Okay, off to Preston. Okay, first thing Preston is going to do is, well, he's going to try to acquire assets. And he rolls a 5, and his 6s count as 2 results. He only got 2. So, he could pick up the some more provisions in case Marie doesn't get them. But no, I'm maybe risky, but I'm going to leave Marie to try to do the other part of getting provisions to the north. So, 2. Oh, well, with 2, he can actually pick up a thing. So let's do that. It's going to pick up, whoa, come on, focus you, some handcuffs. Before resolving the strength test during a combat encounter, you may spend 1 focus to defeat that monster if it has toughness 2 or less. He doesn't have any focus right now, but he could in future, and that puts him up to 4 items, but he's about to lose 1 because he's going to finish off. Yeah, he's going to turn in the provisions at the end of this turn. So, second action, he's going to move to Tunguska, where there is a nice Eldritch token there. And hopefully we can get partly done our first mystery, supplying the north. Okay, on to Calvin. Okay, Calvin is going to move to space 7. I don't have a firm plan for him. I'm kind of, sort of heading in the vague direction of Marie to try to give her the banishment ritual, because that will count towards her personal story. And you know, there's an expedition up in San Francisco. Maybe we'll get something good there eventually. However, for his second action, he is going to rest. Doesn't need to, but he's going to anyway, because we're going to deal with the nightmarish dreams. When an investigator performs a rest action, he may spend 1 clue, which we're going to do, to place 1 clue on this card. And if there are, in our case, 2 clues on this, we'll solve. So, let's put that back there. We spend 1 to add 1, and I think we are technically supposed to add a brand new one from the supply, so we'll do that. And yeah, that's it for Calvin. Yeah, like I said last turn, this rumor isn't very challenging. It's slowing us down. It's eating up a movement. And but yeah, let's just get that thing off the board. All right, off to Marie Lambeau, who is in Tokyo. Okay, Marie is going to acquire assets. Oh, speaking of assets, duh, I forgot to replace the item in the reserve when Preston bought the handcuffs that got replaced by, blunderbuss. Item weapon, when resolving a combat encounter, you may gain +2 strength. If you do, each 6 you roll when resolving a strength test during a combat encounter counts as 2 successes, and each one negates a success. It's okay, it's still a big old gun. Alright, so back to Marie. She is going to roll her influence of 4. We want to get at least a couple here, because we want to pick up more provisions for the north. And that was a complete whiff. Okay, so what we are going to do, the thing where, yeah, we're going to get rid of something from the reserve by not buying. We're going to get rid of the lavish feast. I mean, it heals a bit, but we have to be able to grab it at exactly the right time. There's a better service on the board. So yes, we will just replace that with the bullwhip. Item, weapon, gain 1 strength during combat encounters. You may re-roll 1 die when resolving a strength test during a combat encounter. That's a solid little item. Now, Marie is going to do the same thing again because that's her special action. Perform an action you have already performed this round. So she is just going to acquire assets again. And fingers crossed that we have a bit more luck. Could get a bank loan, but I hate to do that so early in the game. She only got 1. Okay, well, she's just going to stay there and maybe get a clue after. But yeah, as she did get 1, she may as well pick up the bullwhip. Clear that out, and that will get replaced by a task. And sometimes these are great, sometimes they're meh. Mineralogy research. Why can't I say that today? After resolving a general encounter or expedition encounter on a wilderness space, you may examine the area's soil. Observation, if you pass, gain 2 clues. Well, 2 clues is good. Yeah, if Leo had that, that would be great, because he's better on wilderness. Okay, speaking of Leo, his turn. Okay, Leo, we're going to move 1. Might as well pick up some clues while we're trying to get other stuff done. And that's a wilderness space, so he'll get to roll 1 extra die for it. Second action, he will rest. So he's going to spend 1 of his 2 clues to place a clue on the Nightmarish Dreams rumor, which we will then get rid of. We have clues equal to half the investigators to solve this rumor. Whoop. So, alright. At least we don't have to think about that anymore. That's out of the way, although something else bad is coming. It's gonna hit us all, isn't it? Oh boy. Worried about this corruption. Okay, that is it for actions. Now into encounters. back to Preston. Okay, Preston is going to get a generic wilderness encounter on Tunguska. You examine totems of monstrous figures and try to interpret their purpose. I'm going to test his lore -1. His lore is only 2. And we don't want to use his clue because he needs that to work on the mysteries. Fingers crossed. Nope. Oop, wrong one. If you pass, that would be wonderful. If you fail, carvings have a dark effect on you. Gain a corruption condition, which we already have. So, well, at least nothing happened. Excuse me. A nothing result in Eldritch Horror is kind of good. Yeah, you can't get, it doesn't say flip it over if you get more than one. Okay. That is it for Preston. He didn't get up to much. On to Calvin's encounter. Alright, Calvin is going to get a generic city encounter. You get caught in a gunfight between the police and thieves. We're going to test our observation. Okay. This observation is 3. He actually has a focus. We can re-roll. But no need. We have success. If you pass, you emerge safely once the smoke clears and find some loot that was left behind. Gain 1 random asset item from the deck. Okay, so that is just plain old item. Figure it can't take too long to find. Yeah, only had to go down 2. Found the time-worn band. Come on. You can do it. No, apparently you can't. There we go. Alright, item magical relic weapon. Gain +1 strength during combat encounters, and you may re-roll 1 die. Okay. That's nice. Those are useful. Just making sure. Okay, yeah, no other effects from his items. Okay. Calvin is done. Let's see what happens with Marie. Alright, Marie is in Tokyo, but there's also a clue there. So let's go ahead and see what we can get. So, city clue. The blizzard has trapped you in the city's library. Okay. The storm will not let up until morning, and you take the time to prepare for the challenges ahead. Recover 1 health and 1 sanity, or discard a hypothermia condition. That was useless. I suspect we probably wanted that for later on, because I think we're going to get hit with all those things. Yeah. I guess that's it for Marie. Should have taken the Tokyo encounter. Alright, that leaves us with Leo Anderson, who's also going to try to pick up a clue. Alright, Leo is going to try clue in a wilderness space. People have been going missing from nearby villages. If you follow some tracks you believe will lead you to the reason for the disappearances. We're going to test his observation, which is pretty good at 3. And because he's on a wilderness space, yep. Let me just make sure I'm remembering that correctly. Roll 1 additional die when resolving tests. Okay, I'm going to roll 4. Well, nuts. Okay, well, he's got a focus, so we're going to re-roll. Yeah, so we're going to spend his focus token and re-roll 1 of these, please. Fingers crossed. Nope. Oh, come on, you focused just a minute ago. boy, okay, there we go. If you pass, you find them. Get a clue. Oh, okay. Well, nothing bad happened anyway for failing. We just didn't get the clue, which is unfortunate. Alright, well, that was a less successful round of encounters compared to the first turn. But it is what it is. Okay, that now brings us into, yeah, worried about this one, the dreaded Mythos phase. Okay, so this is either another rumor or a yellow card, which will give us a reckoning. Yeah, reckoning. Oh, yay. Tentacles. Okay, first things first, we will move the, you can't actually see that, can you, because of the way, the board is too big. Gonna move the Omen track to blue. We only have one red one on the board. Right, now reckoning. This could take a bit. So we start with monsters. Over in the Dreamlands, we do have the Avian Thrall. Move this monster to the nearest investigator, then he encounters that monster. So, who leaves, comes to the heart of Africa, so yeah, Leo is definitely closest. So, whoosh, goes around, and Leo's going to have himself a combat encounter. Well, at least he's on a wilderness space, so he's going to get extra dice. So, first thing we do is the horror check. Just a straight will check. We're trying to prevent 2. Where did I put all the dice? There they are, under a book. As well as 3, but wilderness space, so 4. And yep, he got 2. He blocked them both, so he takes no sanity. Now we're going to do a strength test. Strength -1, trying to prevent 2, and do, well, we're only trying to do 1 on this because it already got hurt thanks to, I forgot to move these over with it, thanks to Marie's encounter in Tokyo last turn. So, we just need 1 success to kill it, and we need 2 to not take damage. So it's going to be, his strength is 3, -1 is 2, +1 for wilderness space is 3, and +1 for his hired muscle. He'll also get to re-roll 1 die if necessary. Come on, 2! 2, we did it. Awesome. Well, you go away, Buster. You go back into the monster bag. And yeah, that is it for the monster reckonings. Now, onto Ithaqua. Alright, Ithaqua. Each investigator gains a hypothermia condition unless he spends 1 focus. Well, at least Calvin's got a focus, so he can spend that and not get it. However, everybody else, oh boy, second turn, we're already pretty much doomed. Everybody else is going to get a hypothermia condition, so we'll just hand those out to the other 3. 1 for Preston, 1 for Marie, 1 for Leo. Let's just have a look at it. When you perform a rest action, you cannot recover health. Roll 1 die. On a 4, 5, or 6, discard this card. If you would gain another hypothermia condition, flip this card instead. Alright, well, things are looking poorly. Next, we got rid of the Mythos cards, so now, yeah, conditions. So, starting with Preston, gain 1 Eldritch token, then flip this card. Alright. Turn it over. You may gain a Dark Pact condition to discard all of your Eldritch tokens. Dark Pact would be even worse. The beasts and shadow beings from other worlds know where to find you. Resolve the effect based on the number of Eldritch tokens you have. So we are going to lose 1 sanity. In future, a monster will ambush, or when we get up really high, spawn 2 monsters on your space and become delayed. Well, as it is, he's going to lose 1 sanity, putting him down to 4. That's terrible. Okay. Calvin will gain an Eldritch token, and yeah, I suspect this is going to be standard. Get a dark pact to get rid of Eldritch tokens. You wake coughing blood. Resolve each effect that applies based on each. Oh, did that one say each as well? No, this one was only the 1. This one, resolve each effect that applies. So once we get up to 3, we have to do both of these. 1+, gain 1 injury or illness condition for each Eldritch token you have. Oh, and then on 3 or more, resolve the Reckoning effect on each of your injury or illness conditions, treating all die rolls as 1s. Okay, well, I got... keep my condition cards a little bit separate, so I've got illness and injury each in their own pile. So we'll say 1 through 3 illness, 4 through 6 will be an injury, and then okay, so it'll be an injury, and then we will shuffle. Yeah, it's first time doing these, so let's shuffle, and he gets an internal injury. Condition injury. When you perform a rest action, you may roll 1 die and a 5 or 6 discard. On a reckoning, test strength. If you fail, flip the card. Okay. Now Marie. It's going to go extremely badly. He picks up 1. And when I say this, I mean the entire game. You seem to have aged a year in the last day. Your body and soul both dimmed by some unnatural transformation. For each Eldritch token you have, lose 1 health and 1 sanity, unless you discard 1 possession, then flip this card. Okay. Well, now let's take it now. I'm going to save discarding an item for when that gets much higher. Yeah, so she's going to take a hit on 1 of each, which does leave her at 5 and 5. She's still not that bad. And then finally, let's see what Leo's corruption does for us. He gains a token. This time, when you looked in the mirror, the reflection was completely unfamiliar to you. What could that alien thing be? Lose 1 sanity for each Eldritch token you had. And we don't have a way to mitigate that. Actually, hold on. Wait, doesn't somebody have... I'm sure somebody had something that would reduce sanity damage. Okay, yeah, I must be thinking about Marie's, yeah, she gets to spend 1 fewer sanity as part of casting a spell. That must be what I was thinking of. Right, so Leo is going to lose a sanity. Okay, I forgot. Marie also has the voice of Ra. We have to test her lore and then flip the card. So she's got 3. We've got 2 successes. All right. Resolve the effect. 1 and 2. Stress and fatigue wear at you. Lose 1 sanity. Okay. But that's not actually spending it as part of a spell effect. Yeah, so she loses another one. Oh, that's terrible. Well, we can look at the rest of it. So 0, discard the card unless you gain 1 focus, discard a focus, spend a focus. 3 or more, you maintain your concentration. You may spend 1 health or 1 sanity to gain 1 focus. Alright, so that is it for the Reckoning. Next up, we spawn a gate, which we knew was coming to Rome. Oh boy, this is going very badly. Okay, Rome, it actually goes to the underworld over on the sideboard. That's where the Dream Quest is as well. Oh boy. Things are already spiraling quite badly. Jeez. Alright, and coming out of the gate is, oh look, Avian Thrall. Well, we know all about him, because we just kicked his butt. He came back after revenge. This time, it's personal. Outbreak. That can't be good. It's got tentacles, of course it can't be good. All signs indicate the ritual used to open this portal went tragically wrong. Only a few of the participants were still intact enough to identify the corpses. Something they summoned tore them to shreds. Event. Spawn a zombie horde epic monster on a space containing a gate spawned this round. Then resolve a monster surge on each other space containing a gate spawned this round. Oh, okay. So we don't do that bottom part because we only had 1 gate spawn this round. And resolve monster surge on each other space. Okay, so I guess that could have been worse. I have to find an epic monster. Yeah, there it is. Zombie horde to go along with the Avian Thrall and a gate and it. Oh boy. And yeah. They're both red. Of course they are. Oh boy, this is going to go so badly. There it is. It's got 5. Yikes. Yeah, you can see it's incredibly difficult to hit. If you lose health from the strength test, discard 1 ally asset, and on a Reckoning we roll a die. On a 1 or a 2 we advance the Doom. I have no idea what we're going to do next turn. We need to be everywhere all at once, and we also need to be way, way stronger and get rid of corruption and hypothermia and all kinds of other stuff. Okay. Well, we're not quite done. There's going to be 1 single ray of light coming through the clouds. Okay. Here we go. Supplying the north. At the end of the Mythos phase, each investigator on a space containing an Eldritch token, which is Preston, may discard 1 provision unique asset and spend a clue and place that Eldritch token on this card. So we will do so. We are going to spend his 1 clue. Going to discard the provisions, take that token and put it on our mystery, getting us halfway there. So Tunguska is no longer starving from the cold, but we are still in a very tight spot. Wow, I wish I had any idea what to do next turn. Need to do so many things all at once. Gotta get rid of the Eldritch tokens by going to the Dreamlands. Gotta fight monsters. Gotta pick up provisions and clues. And we need to do it all right now. Which is highly unlikely. Alright, well, I guess I'll have to mull it over. So, we will see you next time. Thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks for subscribing to the channel and liking the videos. I appreciate it. And we will see you next time for yet another turn of Eldritch Horror. So long.